Femi Akonde can now hear us. He's in Kogi State, and we're going back to him now to hear the result of the findings, shall we say, or the investigation, and so now to hear the findings that INEC has made regarding the purported failed result sheets that were discovered. Good afternoon to you, Femi. What can you tell us?
Yes, well, good afternoon, Yori. Well, here in Ogori, Magongo local government area of Kogi State, what we discovered is really shocking. We were told that the entire area did not vote. Registered voters in the entire area were disenfranchised. And we sought to find out why they were disenfranchised. We've been hearing different reasons given by the registered voters here. But you know, Yori, I'm not making this up. So let's hear from the people who actually came out to vote and were disenfranchised. Let's start with you, sir. Augustine, right?
Yes.
Yes, I met you earlier and we were talking about why the whole place is quiet. This is the registration area, the rack, where we are expected to see a lot of activity. And everywhere is just so quiet. Where is everybody and why did the people not vote?
It's unfortunate the voting or the election today was already concluded before it started, because we woke up this morning to meet that the result had already been collected before accreditation. So by the time we came out to the polling unit and we asked for the materials to be displayed, unfortunately we got to discover that the results were already displayed on the result from E8. You understand? The result form.
Yeah.
So we make inquiry of how did that happen. Unfortunately, the other committees could not respond to that. So that resulted to a mass protest this morning, which resulted, this is supposed to be the rec center for the Magongo community, because we have two districts in the Ogori local government. We have the Ogori community and we have the Magongo community. This is the Magongo community and this is supposed to be the rec center. If you could see from the zonal, you see the zonal INEC office and all of it. So we protested because we want our fundamental human right to be acknowledged. We don't want people to oppress us. We want to come out and exercise our rights, you understand? So that was why we protested. We protested to see that whatever we want happens in the community. We don't just want to be shipping or shaking into a corner where we cannot survive from.
Okay, I want to ask, these electoral officers that brought these result sheets that you said have already been filled, were they aware?
Yes, some of them said they were aware, while some said they are not aware. Because we asked, and some of them even displayed it. Because actually I sent some of this document on the internet this morning, where results were displayed. One of such was Unit 007, Unit 002, Ugu Ward, in Magongo, Ogori local government, where we had one polling unit that says that, that's around 8 in the morning, that says 184 had already voted for APC, while 4 voted for PDP. While 0 was accredited to ADC and 0 AA. You understand? So we questioned how come, before accreditation, how did he get this result before accreditation? And the guy could not give us any reasonable example. So we asked him to call their superior so that we can ask him questions and know why these things happen. Unfortunately, the phones were switched off. We tried, we went round the 9 polling units in Ugu Ward. The same thing happened in Obinoye Ward. This is Obinoye Ward where we are. The same thing happened in Obatigbe Ward where we have 5 polling units. The same thing happened. So we tried to call other local governments to find out what really happened. In Kogi Central, we discovered that in the entire Kogi Central, results were already prepared before the accreditation this morning.
Okay, let me bring in another person now. INEC has responded to all of these claims that result sheets were filled before the election even started. Hello, sir. Please join me. Yes, I said INEC had already responded to these claims. Is that comforting news for you?
Yeah, it indeed is very comforting, because as you can see, the entire community indeed want the right thing to be done, to the extent that the due process in the electoral process is respected. And so when we heard that INEC has taken position on this, it is really cheering for all of us in the community.
Okay, how about the security officials on ground? And because I understand there was a protest when people in this community, registered voters, found out that these result sheets were already filled. How did the security officials on ground handle the situation?
I tell you, for the very first time in my life, I have seen a Nigerian police force that was on top of its game. The DSS were magnificent. All right. While all of this was going on, they were just standing at the fringes and ensured that lives of people were properly protected. I give credit to them.
But what does this say? How does this make you feel about the whole electoral process?
It is rather strange. This is happening in our community for the very first time. I've not seen any such thing happen. Traditionally, during election, sons and daughters of Ogori and Magongo would come from Lokoja and other parts of the country to be part of the exercise. And it took us by a storm when we came this morning and discovered that what is happening is not in tandem with what we are usually used to. So it was rather shocking and surprising to all of us in Magongo particularly.
All right then. All right. Thanks so much for your intervention. Well, Yori, there you have it. A lot of people in this community are really not happy with the situation, the way it turned out. I've spoken with some of them. You know, they came out as early as 7 a.m. only to find out that, well, what happened had happened, and the electoral officials on ground had to leave the place and return these result sheets that they brought for the computation of the votes that would have been cast here today. Well, eventually, or at the end of the day, the people in this area have all been disenfranchised. They are also waiting on INEC. INEC has responded to all of these claims, and people are waiting to see what happens next. Yori?
Okay, Femi, let me just ask, when you say INEC has responded, I mean, have they commented? Have they? What has been the response of INEC beyond what we had given?
We have seen a message by the Independent National Electoral Commission put out on X, that formerly Twitter, saying that their attention has been drawn to claims that in some polling units in Kogi State, the result sheets were already filled even before the voting started. This INEC said, assured in that statement, that they are going to look into the situation and also called for calm. So the people say, well, they are comforted by that statement from INEC, trusting that they will get another opportunity for their franchise to be upheld.
Femi, but I wondered, do you have any